This that I just showed you is only made possible by laminating. In this case, to trap, a mechanical fastener, but still, it's laminating. These, just, I'll keep it kind of superficial for a moment here, then we'll go into significant laminating, but I don't know how other people do it, but these pinstripes running along the underside of the fretboard here, you can see from the ends here that that's a full sheet, running the distance. So that's laminating. The fretboard itself is laminated in this case. There are other ways you can do that, but yeah.
Looking back over all of your building, over all of these years, when you introduced underneath the fingerboard that, I forget what vulcanized fiberboard, was there any change in the tone? None whatsoever.
No. No, it's not a resonant plate with any freedom. It's just glued firmly to the underside of this, and it's just all being pulled together nice and tight. No.
Do you have to use epoxy to glue it with, or do you just use Teflon with that?
I have used epoxy for all my laminating, and the reason that I do that, although in this case the strength of it, of course, would be if you're, pulling on a bridge. But for me, it's mainly inspired by my anticipation of what would happen to the materials involved temporarily swelling if I were to use water-based glues. And then things cure and lock in a temporarily swollen condition, and over time they have to normalize. Something's got to give. And if you've made surfaces flush, and things are going to draw back or protrude later, I put the fretboard on with, I don't want to get too far afield here. When we go through the making of the thing, I'll be talking about why I put a fretboard on with epoxy. Largely the same reason. So those are some obvious laminations. The necks here on these Ergos, not unusual for high-end guitar to have cladding on the back as well as the front, and to have a number of different layers of veneers in there, fiberboard in this case. Veneers doesn't mean wood necessarily. These are veneers, literally, but that's all laminated, I suppose. Well, of course it is. There are other things that are less obvious, though. I'm going to we'll get back to this Ergo in a moment. But I want to show you an approach that we're using now. I say we, I'm used to saying